Hello again, you 10,000 and counting amazing subscribers. Welcome back to HemingwayLand.com, your source for quality, affordable land in the states of New Mexico and Hawaii. Check it out, people. We're back in Hawaii this week. This is our preview, our weekly preview of all the properties going live on the website for tomorrow, Friday, Janvier the 15th, 2021. You know, we had another crazy busy week this week, guys. We had another one of these weeks where we sell a property, I get the notification you sold a property, I do all the accounting, we do the deeds, we do all the documentation, we email it off to the buyer, and then immediately another sale comes in, rinse and repeat, we're busy all day, we get nothing else done, so on and so forth. So grateful as always to all the people who bought land from us these past 7 days, a list which includes in Socorro County, Wednesday and Madeline out there in Rio Rancho, Joy, John, and Jessica, David, Will, Denise, and Jerry all bought land from us in Rio Rancho. FYI, guys, we're down to about 12 properties in that subdivision. 12. I can't believe we're selling out of them that quickly. I am working on getting more, I promise, though I don't know how quickly I'll be able to accomplish that. In Taos County, we sold a bunch of properties this week too. Allison, Jeremy, Alec, Tamara, Carlos, Amelia, and returning customer Felicity. Thank you to all of them as well. And additionally, out there in McKinley County, that big $19,000 property went pending this week, went under contract. It'll be closing through title and escrow sometime, hopefully in my life, presumably in February sometime. So thank you to all those people. By the way, that buyer's name was Harold. Thank you, Harold. Anyway. All right, guys, going live on the website this week, we've got, finally, property in Hawaii County. Again, we're almost sold out here, but we finally got a photographer who can photograph a property, one, and do it in under 7 months. So that's nice. That's a nice perk when you find someone who can operate at least that efficiently. Anyway, HI12357 is the reference number, guys. This is 1 acre for $6,500 out in Ocean View Estates. Of course, as always, we'll have a video up on the listing page tonight. I like Ocean View Estates. It seems to me you guys like Ocean View Estates because you can get a lot of land out there, at least by Hawaii standards, 1 acre. Most of the subs in this county seem to be quarter acres, fifth of an acre, etc. This is one where you could actually get a full acre of land. You get it at a pretty affordable price, so people tend to jump on these pretty quickly. Of course, this subject property is located down here in the southern part of the island in the Kau district, specifically in the Ocean View Estates subdivision. As we have covered in past videos, guys, Ocean View Estates is one of these subs that has power, paved road access, power at the lot line, paved roads really all throughout the subdivision. Additionally, you've got an organization out there. It's not a formal HOA. They don't police anything. They don't have covenants and restrictions, and they don't collect dues, but they do some sort of community outreach, etc. So you're never going to have to worry about them breathing down your neck for money or coming up with ticky-tack reasons to fine you. Additionally, zoning out here is pretty laid back. Generally speaking, in Hawaii, they tend to encourage the kind of things that are discouraged elsewhere. Green, progressive, sort of alternative lifestyles, living out of yurts, living out of shipping containers, tiny homes. All of that is doable, particularly in this region. So, it's really good for those types of buyers who want to do that sort of thing, who don't really want to deal with a lot of zoning headaches, etc. Of course, as you can see, the property consists of lava rock, a little bit of ojai tree out there. There's really not much vegetation on the land. But of course, all this gets dozed, and then you've got a nice flat lot that you can start to build on. You've got some neighbors out there. Ocean View Estates, guys, if you haven't watched the videos in the past, it's a pretty built-up subdivision. I mean, obviously, you've still got enough room around that you've got some privacy to yourself. But with the power, with the paved roads, comes a lot of, just residences within the neighborhood, particularly closer to the highway, etc. And of course, because you've got this nonprofit community organization that is not an HOA, they do tend to do a lot of community outreach to get businesses to build closer to set up shop closer to the subdivision. So groceries and supplies, the stuff that you need most days of the week, are pretty easy access right down there at the base of the sub. That, by the way, is a yurt on one of the neighboring properties. So as noted, you can get away with things like this out there. Anyway, guys, check that one out on our Hawaii page. Going back to New Mexico, guys, this week we've got another new property in Otero County. This one is very similar to the one that we listed last week. It's really equidistant to Alamogordo and Tularosa. It's a scooch closer to Tularosa, but OTNM 5773 is roughly 1.9 acres. We're selling it for $12,000. It's another one of these out essentially in the suburbs of Alamogordo, suburbs of Tularosa. It's got power. It's got underground utilities. It's a nice residential lot, fencing along the eastern boundary. It's one of these you're not even really going to need to get surveyed, I don't believe. Sits in a very small subdivision. How small, you ask? This small. This is the subdivision. It's called Sunset Acres. They've got covenants. They've got restrictions, though nothing too restrictive, I should say. Really, if you read those, you'll be impressed by how little detail they go into. Whatever the case, the property sits in very close proximity here to Tularosa, roughly about 3 minutes outside of there, and roughly about 10 minutes outside of Alamogordo. So, of course, you've got easy access to groceries and supplies in either one of them. Major town down here, 37,000 people. So your Home Depot, your Walmart, your Lowe's are all going to be out here. If you start building, it's not going to be hard to drive into town, get some supplies, drive back, so on and so forth. Additionally, guys, as we like to point out, White Sands very close by, Lincoln National Forest very close by, Ski Apache very close by, and of course a little further off, Ruidoso Downs. Las Cruces over here, El Paso over here, and Elephant Butte Lake, largest body of water in the state, maybe about a 2-hour drive from the subject property, but a lot to explore, a lot to see, a lot to take advantage of down here in this part of the state. Should also be noted, guys, if we go to the photo gallery, you'll see exactly how nice this region is. By the way, I forgot to do this last week on last week's Alamogordo property, but we actually got photos taken from Alamogordo that I neglected to put in the photo gallery. Whatever the case, a quaint little town, guys, a quaint little town. You can see a lot of the Western and Spanish influence here and a lot of the architecture and the design, etc. So anyway, quaint Alamogordo. Point being, guys, back to the property. As noted, guys, well-maintained roads, power at the lot line. You've got the underground utilities out there. I still don't know how these homeowners in the region are getting water to their homes. I don't see wells and I don't see water meters, so there's some third option that I'm not aware of. But I imagine it's some kind of city utilities. Whatever the case, nice flat lot, easy to build on. As noted, the fencing here along the eastern boundary of the property. And, of course, if we come down here, bottom of the photo gallery, we got the drone photos, which show off not only this just sort of picturesque region, these gorgeous mountain views that you've got, but also we got the property outline. It's a square, guys. This one should be easy to figure out, but we've got it outlined in about 52 different photos because we had a lot of drone photos this week. Anyway, so this one's up on the website, roughly 2 acres for $12,000, a scooch less in acreage than last week's property, but a lot more affordable than last week's property. So if you are making your way, moving out to New Mexico, you're looking for a nice place that's going to be, warm climate throughout the year, you're moving out there for work, moving out there just to get away from the winters, this may be the property for you. Also going live this week, guys, we got property down in Taos County, more Tres Piedras, more Carson Estates. For the record, guys, just starting off in Carson Estates, we have been rapidly selling these things. We're out of most everything that we listed back in November. So a few properties are left. 3 new ones going live this week, 1 in Unit 2, 1 in Unit 3, and 1 down here in Unit 4. Additionally, this one, Mark Pending, will also go back up live this week. That's in Carson Estates. Tres Piedras, it's even more slim pickings out here in the subdivision. We're running out of properties. The 2 that we're listing this week are actually ones that we had a buyer default on. We had 2 different buyers default on roughly about 3 months ago. So at this point, we figured, okay, we're safe to relist these. We foreclosed on them, and now we're relisting them. So 2 half-acre lots, 1 up in Unit 1, which is, of course, way north of the Highway 64, and 1 down here in Unit 3, which, of course, is much closer to the 64. Ergo, people, that's Latin, much closer to power, utilities, the roads, well-maintained roads, neighbors, so on and so forth. Whatever the case, those 2 will be back up on the website. For the record, guys, the Tres Piedras ones are going to be up here in the first row, and the new Carson Estates ones will be down here in the bottom row. Or, guys, just work off the spreadsheets. I am working really hard to try and get more properties out here, but I think we're going to be sold out of Tres Piedras pretty soon, and probably for about a month or so, which is unfortunate. Carson, I think it'll take a little while to sell off all these, but I am working on getting another bulk supply out there. So hopefully February sometime we will have those listed on the website. Blah, blah, blah. Thanks as always for watching, everybody. It's been magical. I will let you go. Have a good one, and we will see you in the next video.